Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? I am a little under the weather. But anyways, hold on one sec. Alright. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we get mad on the charts. Um yeah, thank you for joining me this evening. It is a new trading day. It is November 27th in this new trading day. Hope you are all doing well. Hope you don't mind the get up. I'm cold and the light is a lot. But we're still going to come here. We still show up and we're still going to do the live. We're doing it live. Regardless. All right, guys. Let's see. Israel approves. Let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. So RS Miller, good evening to you. Israel approves a ceasefire agreement with Hezbollah. I saw that. Alexandra G in the chat, that went up the Markets After Dark logo. Thank you for that. We've got Trent Brock in the house as well, and Manon Meta. Let's see, TB, Mr. Victory rolling in the late night house. Thanks for showing up. Sick as ish. Yeah, man. The other night I said it would be interesting if Brad Garlinghouse stepped in and took over, and now the rumors is out there. Wow. Wait, what? Stepped in and took over. Stepped in and took over what? What are you talking about? I did get a Twitter notification earlier because I think I still have Brad Garlinghouse's tweet. What? I just noticed my green is all fuzzy. That's a little better, I guess. All right. Yeah, Brad Garlinghouse. I still have him set up on tweets. Let's see. What did he tweet? I guess I could just go to his actual profile page. So let's see. Fair Shake is the most successful multi-candidate bipartisan super PAC in American history. Electing pro-crypto, pro-growth, and pro-innovation candidates is a no-brainer. And to continue that momentum, Ripple's contributing another $25 million to Fair Shake. Onwards. So Fair Shake must be something. Last week, 60 Minutes interviewed me about crypto, the push for regulatory clarity, and how the industry banded together to advocate for Pro innovation candidates. Okay. All right. Let's see what you had to say about that. Let's see. Uh, I hope, hey, Liberty's Go, feeling okay. Definitely. I am finally after 7 days. That's good to hear. R.S. Miller, good to hear. Um, said it would be interesting. Brad Simmons stepped in. Yep. Retro Mike Tech with the 5 gifted memberships. Why am I? Y'all see that? Why is my camera all jacked up? Video capture device. Unlock. Scooch this in a little bit. Actually, put the overlay back over me. There we go. I don't know what's going on tonight, guys. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna try to bring the energy. Try to bring the Retro Mike Tech. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Let's give a shout out to our new members. We've got SRT Send It. We've got iHockey. We got Morel Crawford. We've got the Autistic Aquarius, amazing name, and we've got USMC United States Marine Corps Patriot 71. Shout out to all of you. Thank you, RMT, for gifting us some new Piper Academy memberships. Welcome to the Piper Academy. So, what are we doing, Bitcoin? Oh, yeah, check out the perks. Hold on one sec. All right. Check out the perks in the description down below. Thank you for joining, for becoming a member. Join the Discord. Link in the description down below. Get to meet some great people and learn how to trade and get in there and ask some questions. That's the best way to learn, is to get in there and ask questions. We've got a bunch of people in at Piper Academy that are more than willing to help you on your trading journey and crypto journey and finance journey and all of that good jazz. But none of this is financial advice. Just so you know. Alexandra Ju, you mod all the Piper shows? Dang, you're a baller. Yes, absolutely. And not just the Piper shows. She's also there for Alexo Crypto. Alexo Crypto. All right, so we're on the daily chart, guys. We're sitting at about $92,737. We got the breakout of the new all-time high, and essentially we're getting a pullback after a 34% move, 35% move in a matter of like a couple of weeks, and we are down how much? From top to bottom was an 8.86% move. I don't know if that's something that we need to be freaking out about, is what I'm getting at. It's okay. I think it's okay for now. For now. And not even for now, just for now. We could literally do a 5-wave crashing structure. Perfectly fine, perfectly normal. Come back down, do a back test of the old all-time high, sitting there at $73,766. Back test the new all-time high, the new old all-time high. and then off and away we go. Could happen. Could definitely happen. I mean, and that would have, start taking off around February. It is tax harvest season and all that good jazz. We might have already wrapped all that up, but hey, that's a clean breakout, retest, and go. Happens all the time. So, you knew the score before the game. Keeping all these boys in line can't be easy. Yeah, that's true. You knew the score before the game started. What are you talking about? Trent Brock, thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Oh, goodness. But yeah, so currently, let's go ahead and look at. So that's just to say that we can come down here. We do have a fair value gap here on the daily as well. So let's pull that out. We can see, all right, that is definitely a possibility, but of our like lowest level of support that I think we could reach to before we could turn back to the upside. Lose that level there, really this low here, and the bull run's probably over. It's probably over. So that is my absolute line in the sand, but I think that this would be a nice area to see a potential bounce if we were to get down there. So point is, we want to set some alerts or set an alert or set some limit orders down there around 75K, 72 to 75K. Set some limit orders, some spot limit orders, maybe 2 or 3x, 5x. Just set them there and just see what happens. See if they get hit. Because the next thing you know, we could be turning up to the upside. Now, the reason why I point that out is because it wouldn't be the first time that we've done something like that. We've done something similar just in, I believe, in this very bull cycle. I mean, here's one where we just, we break out, and then we get a big pullback, and then we just go push into the upside. Big short squeeze. But I want to go back to the last cycle. So maybe not one this cycle. Let's go back and take a look. Excuse me. All right, so big breakout, consolidate, breakdown, back test, go. So something like that. So you've got your level here that you break out of, breakout, back test, go. So essentially something like that. That is what I am thinking we could be in the midst of. Also, I mean, this one is already a breakout. So what if we just broke this high, and then we're just getting a back test, and we're just gonna consolidate a little bit at the highs, and then continue, and then keep going to the upside. So I mean, this little 8% pullback is nothing, and we could even pull back even further, and we would still be okay. 73K ish, 73 to 75, I think is my absolute low. Break that, and it's not looking good. But I want to see this high here held. It acted as resistance twice. Once, twice. Let's go ahead and put the line back. So it acted as resistance twice. So that would be a logical level for us to come back and back test. If we were to pull back further than we have. Can we get some TA on Sol and MicroStrategy, please, sir? Absolutely. It is Wild Card Wednesday. Even though it is technically still Tuesday in the US, it is Wednesday in the charts. It is Wednesday for Bitcoin. because Bitcoin trades on UTC time. So, with that said, let's go ahead and finish up Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and take a look, see. All right, so we do have, we're sitting here on the daily chart. Maybe we need, hold on. All right, so we're zoomed in on the daily. Let's take a look and see what we're looking at. Let's check out the chart prime. Let's bring up the Market Oracle Pro because I want to see where that dynamic reactor is. And of course, it's sitting just below that 73.7 level right there. Then there's that daily fair value gap. That's right where that dynamic reactor is. So that would just be added confluence. If we were to get down here, we would likely see that dynamic reactor push up as this is coming down, maybe even rounding off a little more, but maybe we could get that push. It would just be an added confluence for a potential long. And then I would also go from the last low to the high. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Go from the last low to the high. Come right down. There's a 786 right there. Look, more confluence. More confluence. So that is definitely going to be a level that I would be watching if we are to pull back further. And we could potentially go ahead and rip up, break 100K, hit that macro 102, and then get the reversal back to the downside. That would provide us that 102 down here. That would provide us a 28% pullback. Now, 20 to 30% pullbacks in bull runs for Bitcoin are normal. And they're typically followed by very explosive moves. So the things could get really interesting in the coming weeks. Potentially even this week. So I could see a short squeeze breaking us above that 100K. Then we get the actual pullback down to test, our breakout here. And then from there, we go on the final run for Bitcoin. Altcoins will run with it. How it typically goes is Bitcoin will rise and it'll fall. Altcoins will fall with it. However, a lot of them will hold strong. And when Bitcoin goes into its retrace, that is when everything just sinks. That is what will mark the end of the bull market, in my opinion. How do you set up fib lines shorter like 15-minute, also longer like 4 hour or 1 day? Is there a difference in how you set those up? How you approach the highs and lows, etc.? Yes, very good question. Thank you for asking. Trent Brock, I appreciate that question. So when it comes to fibs, what I like to do is, so we're on the daily chart. This is a swing level here. This is a swing high. So when I say a swing high, what I am talking about, so let's say, this is our market structure, right? Every single one of these levels is a swing level. Some people will also refer them to major swing levels or pivot points. How to identify them. The way you identify whether or not a low or a high is a pivot point or a swing level, you have to first break a previous low or high. In this instance, we are moving to the downside, so we're creating lower lows and lower highs. This right here does not become a pivot level until this low is broken. Once this low is broken, this then becomes a pivot level. From there, I take my Fibonacci, I draw the fib from pivot to a new low, whatever that low is, and I look for a retracement of this move to the downside. And then from there is where I would likely set up my trade, go from put my stop loss just above the swing high, and then aim for some liquidity or point of interest to my left, whether it's a low or equal lows or whatever, a fair value gap, an order block, whatever it is to my left, that is what I think. Of course, first take profit at the low and then multiple take profits on the way down. So there we go. Awesome. I'm here to learn. I can see it going first up and then a pullback. Yep. So yeah, I hope that explains the swing levels for you. So now that we have that foundation, we can go ahead and take a look at this. And because we have these levels here, and let's see. So what I want to do now that let's do up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, these are swing levels. This pivot point here, this pivot point here, and this was the last low before we broke this high as well. So I'm taking that low and I'm going to that high, and this high can change if price moves higher. If price moves higher from here without breaking this low, then I will just move my Fibonacci higher. So let's say we go to the 102, my Fibonacci is now higher. And you might even find that, levels start, you start seeing a little bit of maybe potential future confluence. Yep. So, but there's your 786 sitting right there at the highs right there. You've also got the golden pocket sitting right there at 78.6 to 79.7. If this was to get up, well, hold on. I was trying to do if it got up to 102, which is the macro fib. 102 right there. So yeah, between 79 and 80K essentially is where your golden pocket is, with your 786 front running that 73.7 at 74.323. So if we are to get that little spike up to that 102, then I would be looking for these to potentially be some bounce levels, and that would be an A, B, C correction, and then push back to the upside for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse that takes us to 150 week. And that will be the last leg of the Bitcoin bull cycle. This run. And we likely go into a multi-year bear market, one that we've never seen before. But I don't want to scare you. BC Poor Corp, what are you doing? You off work tomorrow? It's too late for you, dog. What's going on, man? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. So how do you set up fib? What else? Can we get some TA on Sol and MSTR? Yes. Let's take a look at the Soul Train. Binance. Alrighty then. Okay. So you can already see my pre-drawn lines here. Let's come pull back out to the weekly chart. So yeah, this is looking pretty freaking sick. All right, so could definitely see. Let's see, what are we doing here? Excuse me. So a full 4.236 Fibonacci extension on Solana. We go from the 2021 high to the bear market low. That takes us to about $1,000, $1,077 for Solana, which is doable. It's doable. It's possible. Anything is possible in this market. But Solana doing, basically basically a 5x from here. I mean, yeah, it's possible. What's that market cap? 75 in the green. Coin market cap. All right, so Solana sitting at about 110 billion. So that would get it to a little over 500 billion. Half a trillion VCs. If it gets an ETF approved, I mean, I could see it. I could see it hit 1,000. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, BC Poor Corp. Off work, stopping off to see some of my girl's friends before we travel the rest of the way to Colorado tomorrow. Colorado? Where are you going to Colorado, BC? Colorado's a beautiful place. I love Colorado Springs. Beautiful place there. Went to visit my brother there when he was stationed there. There we go. Solana. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit here. We're on the weekly chart. We are trying to hold the 0.886 fib level, sitting at $231 per the Binance spot chart. We did briefly break an all-time high. We do have, oh, okay. Oh, lock your fibs. Lock your fibs. Okay, so this is interesting. So we broke this high here, created a fair value gap, dug into the fair value gap, and are current and pushed right off the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap. If this can hold here, let's go down to the, and let's bring up some extra data. The Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. Huh. I like the way that Soul chart looks. I would not be surprised to see this push up, create a new high, and I would not be surprised for this to be the last dip that you can buy on Solana pre-bear market. Potentially. Potentially. But that's based off of a weekly fair value gap. We also have another weekly fair value gap sitting below that. So we could visit that as well. But for now, I would say I'm sticking with this unless we get a close below the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap. A daily candle close below the midpoint of that weekly fair value gap. But right now, you can see we got a clean break of that level. Bounced off of the fib, bounced off of fib, came back down, bounced right back off of that level, trying to get back above that 886. So let's get above that. And I could see potential for a new five-wave impulse to the upside for Solana. Next stop, $300. Ooh, maybe. We are sitting above the zero line. Money flow is strong. Our trend fusion or trend oscillator is pointing down. However, we are still maintaining above the zero line. And this is on the daily chart, so that is good. And we are maintaining volume on our volume matrix. Slight downside, but that could turn up really quick. Look at the Sol BTC chart next. High time frame. Thank you, Alexander, for the $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate that, man. I got married in Colorado Springs. Love it. Hey, shout out to you, Brutal. Yeah, it is beautiful over there. Hey, what's your thoughts on Algo? I thought Algo was a dead project, but apparently it's gotten a lot of new commits, maybe, possibly. I honestly need to look into it before I give you an answer when it comes to fundamentals, but we can take a look at the algo chart for sure. What was the other hold on. I need someone to write this stuff down for me. Pin it in the chat. We've got it was Soul. I've also got Dog on Rune. Super cycle. Yeah, we're in the midst of that super cycle. If you want to see what I think the super cycle looks like, I don't know what happened to my coin or Bitstamp. $300 to $500 be easy. Oh, okay, all right. Talking about that Soul Train. If you play out the 5-year chart cup and handle and play out that extension, it takes Soul to near 3K. So that would roughly be a $1.5 trillion market cap. Maybe in the future. Just pay me an algorand. We have something better than a scriber. We have Alexandra. Soul, Dog, Algo. I thought there was one more that was with the Soul one. Other than Soul BTC. But thank you, Brutal, for putting that in there. I appreciate that. Yep, insane. Yeah, $1.5 trillion market cap would be insane. I know I said I was gonna look at the hold on. Super cycle. These are basically my thoughts on the super cycle. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained because of the whole head cold thing. So you'll have to bear with me. And I'm just sitting here making a bunch of dots. This is what have. So essentially, this is what I'm looking at for long term for Bitcoin. Um, Somewhere in that 150K by November of next year, we could see the topping out here pretty soon, and then pull back down to this golden pocket. And by March, everybody thinks we're gonna end in March. Maybe we start correcting. Maybe we get that 100K, and then we roll over back to that top there, and then we get a push to the upside, barely breaking that 150K, maybe even coming up short, and then the big bear market begins all the way down to the 886. I just drew this fib, right? I just drew this fib, right? Right? It just lined up perfectly, bro. That is kind of weird. Yeah, bro, it's all good. Sounding extra stuffy, LBC. Yeah, I know, man. Oh, MicroStrategy. That was the one. That was the one. So yeah, that is my kind of current long-term outlook on Bitcoin. And then that bottoms us. We get a bottom out in 27, and then 28 through 30, I think we have the final secular blow off top where everything goes, if that's not already where we are today, but where everything goes, the housing market, everything, and then it all comes crashing down. We might get a delay as we get into some quantitative easing, right? And then, or actually, we might go into 18, 24 months, 2 years of just stagnation. That's possible as well. I didn't see him draw that. I'm like, serious, did I just I just drew it, right? Or was it already there? Am I crazy? Oh, all I had to do is hit the back button and immediately, yeah, I just drew it. I was distracted by gummy bears and feeding them to the dogs. Shouldn't feed the dogs gummy bears. It's not good for them. Shame. Shame on you. No, I'm kidding. This is what this chart looks like in log scale. All right, let's see. MicroStrategy. Shout out to Army Piper and his boomerism. And saying, if you can guess what I'm about to say in the chat, I'm gonna give you a cookie, a digital cookie. What about MicroStrategy makes Piper a boomer? Well, that's kind of scary. What's that monthly chart? Oh, it's just breaking out into a new all-time high. Okay. All right then. All right, we've got a what you say? I didn't hear you. All right. So, he's as old as Michael Saylor? No. Uh no. The answer is he says micro strategies. It's like saying bitcoins. It's like it's just Bitcoin. It's not bitcoins. It's not micro strategies. It's not the Krogers or the Walmarts. It is Nafis. It is Nafis. Hang on, Michael Saylor is only 6 months older than me. All eyes on CPI data after those FOMC minutes indicate that's what they're looking at along with job numbers. Yeah, the big thing, so the Fed minutes did come out today. It looks like they're they wait, what does this say? What you think about algorithm, bro? Wow, another one and another completely other chat, another chat. Um, looks like that the Fed is concerned about labor. Not a whole lot of mention about inflation. In fact, it seems like they think inflation is under control, but it appears that labor is potentially softening. So, if you take away like all the government jobs that were created last month, I believe, or last quarter, uh, we are actually negative in job growth. So, just say it. Ceasefire. Don't forget the big announcement about an hour ago. Ceasefire Middle East. What is there to for? What do you mean? Don't forget about it. Is that really? All right. So we've got to understand that there is a difference. That I heard it was Hezbollah. Is it Hezbollah or is it Hamas? Because Hezbollah is separate from Hamas. So also Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire or agreed to a ceasefire a few times already. Hasn't changed anything. But I don't really, the markets haven't really cared too much about anything that's been going on in the Middle East. First of all, it's the Middle East. Second of all, it's not really that big of a deal, in my opinion. Uh, yeah, I don't. When I say not that big of a deal, I mean for markets, not like on a one-to-one human level. Of course, it's a big deal on that, and war is always a big deal. I just mean when it comes to market movers, I don't know if that's maybe short term. Maybe that is what gets us a short squeeze to over 100K. But outside of that, I don't. I trust it with a 10-foot pole. Some contradictions in those minutes leaves a lot of uncertainty on either cut or pause. Tomorrow going to be the game changer on the decision, says BC Port Corp. Don't forget to check out Good Morning Crypto tomorrow morning, where I'm sure BC Port Corp is going to be breaking down all of that information for the alumni. So go ahead, check that out, and then we'll have Piper later on. We'll have for the morning market report. And you know what, guys? I still don't know if we there might be something special happening Thursday. We'll see. We'll see. Piper has heat more than everyone else because he got multiple micro strategies. Yeah. Agree, they're always in war, LMAO. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now, if there was if a white swan event would be like, which it's not going to happen, but it would be like Russia agrees not not Ukraine and Russia agree to a ceasefire, but Russia agrees to leave Ukraine altogether. And we have peace in the European East. It would be magnificent. All right. starting to get just a tiny bit warm. Just keeping the shades on though. Okay. All right. Yep. MicroStrategies. We got the 4.236 sitting up above us at $1,409. Uh, Currently got a nice rejection off of the 1.618, which sits at about 500. I said dollars. I think these are judged by points. I am not entirely sure. 538.53. Well, these aren't futures, so it would be dollars. Stocks are weird, man. I don't even know. These are the numbers. Okay, it needs to hold 333 dollars, points, pesos, dineros. I don't know what it is, but it's 333 of them. That's what it needs to hold. Uh, I'll do something later in the day to go over the data. Just a short video. Stud. Cluck, cluck. Cluck, cluck, crypto pollo. Cluck, cluck, mother truckers. What is going on, crypto pollo, the Bitcoin chicken? How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you here. Dang, though, Piper called it months back, buying in MicroStrategy, and it has been parabolic. Indeed. Indeed. And it might keep on going, but we'll have to see. Let's go on the oscillator. Yep, it looks like we still have some room to come to the upside. We are definitely getting some over bought blocks on the monthly chart, mind you. This is a monthly chart. So definitely could get up to that 1400, I think, especially if Bitcoin gets to 150. Lunar, that BTC Dom about to break a major level. Let's take a look. Is it? Is it though? Is it though? We got up to the 60 percentile. We got up to the golden pocket. Oh. My camera can't see me. I'm fuzzy. I'm already sniffly. Now I'm fuzzy. Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. Let's go down to, I'm on the monthly, so let's go down to the daily and take a look-see. We've got the dynamic reactor sitting above, below us. We did get a reversal right at the top of that golden pocket to 0.65 at the 61.45%. However, no, I think that's solid. I think that's solid. I still think we could get one more push up. We get the retrace, right? We get a retrace. We top out. We've taken out this low here already. We top out. We get a retrace back to the 60 percentile. What is Bitcoin doing at this time? Bitcoin at this time is breaking 100K. Okay? All right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Bitcoin's breaking 100K at the same time as the Bitcoin dominance is pushing to the, is retracing after topping. Okay? Then Bitcoin and the dominance both do this. That does that, and then Bitcoin does that move down that we've been talking about. That dip, if it plays out exactly like this is the dip where you absolutely go full send on all of your alts. We go long, we ride the waves to the moon, and we chill on the beaches. because that's going to be the last low. The Bitcoin dominance falling is how we get the altcoin season going. Bitcoin goes on its final rally. Everything goes with it. Then Bitcoin reaches its high, whatever it is. Reaches its high, whatever it is, 150K. Pulls back, whole market pulls back. A lot of the laggards as Bitcoin is retracing. So we pull the fib, top to low, and it starts getting up into the retracement levels, the 50, the golden pocket, maybe even the 786. But right somewhere in there, that's the top of the market. That is when everything across the board tops, and then everything crashes from there. And that's it. We get this nice little 2 more months of a window. Yep. 2 months, 2 to 3 months. Crash, retrace. Now, it could take longer, but typically the bullish parts, even though we've sat here for 6 months, typically that next move is going to be pretty quick. That would be a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the overextension on your 5th because of the mania, everything going on. Meme coins probably go absolutely insane at this time as well, and then they never recover once Bitcoin does this mega crash. So yeah. What else am I supposed to look at? Okay, dog. I gotta hurry up. I'm running out of time. We must make haste. Gate.io. Okay, alright, alright. So there's its high. I mean, this just looks like it's kind of looks like it's bull flagging. Let's go to the 4-hour. Getting a nice bounce off of the dynamic reactor. No. Money flows coming out. Let's go back to the daily. Money flow still green on the daily. 12-hour coming out. 8-hour holding, trying to push back up. 6-hour holding, kind of pushing back up. 3-hour red. So this one might have a little lower to go, but it's had a nice little pullback here. So I'm gonna go from this low to this high. All right, so we've done a 50% retracement from this low to this high. Getting a little bit of a bounce, maybe a little short-term bounce as Bitcoin does its 102K bounce. We do see some equal highs here. That means that we're seeing that we've got buy-side liquidity, BSL. We got buy-side liquidity sitting, resting above there. That just means that we've got people with stop losses on shorts that can be liquidated, where they are forced to buy back if the price comes up against them. So with dog, I would be waiting to see if we can get a break of this channel right here. Wait to see if we can get a break of this channel. I would like to see this high over here taken out at 0.007 and a half. Excuse me. Pull back. Probably slow, nice little slow pull back down here to 0.382 at 00678, literally. And then a push to break that high. That is what I would be looking for on a bullish side. I at least want to see a break of that level, some type of back test. That's what I want to see. So any kind of that could come in a few different ways. We can break the high, come down, back test that level. We can barely break it, kind of creep down and then go. Or we could do a big push to the upside, like, and then it just leaves us behind. Sometimes that happens. Those are ones where it's just hopefully you're able to catch the momentum. But even then, short term, in and out. Period. That's gonna be once things really start ramping up in that last like 2 month segment of the bull run. It's gonna have to be quick. You're gonna have to uh, be in and out. Spot is what I would suggest. 2-3x would be plenty if you are going to do leverage. If you are not super experienced in trading, especially on the lower time frames, that is just what I would suggest. It's not financial advice. It's just my suggestion. So yeah, looking for that break of that level there and a break of the same thing on the momentum, so we can start pushing to the upside and let's get that money flow flipped back green. That would be good too for le doge, le dog. It's not le doge. That's you. Thank you. Gary Network. No. Y'all. Uh, sorry, disclosure kids. I still love you, as long as you're not a scammer. We're gonna look at 4-hour time frame. Piper is a beast. He doesn't give hundreds of call outs, then says, I nailed it. I'm a genius. Piper is the man with the plan. I love Piper. Um, where's my coins? Algo. All right, this is the last one. And then I gotta go. I need some rest, okay? I love you people. Not you people. I love you so much. I love you guys. Algo. You know how long it's been since I looked at this chart? Let's see. Probably not that long because these fibs are new-ish. Okay, so I definitely expected an up move. Hold on. So I look at this, came down, and I was looking to come up and break this high here. And we didn't do that until over here. But I did expect this pullback here, but we pulled back a little bit further down here. Broke the dynamic reactor on the daily, got a nice little pullback to these levels on the fib, and then launched. So Algo is looking pretty decent. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, so we are at some macro resistance. Okay. Basically 30 cents. If it can break 30 cents, then we'll be looking at that next high at about 45. And then from there, let's go ahead and pull a fixed range volume profile here. Nice little W pattern. There's basically nothing. All right, let's take in some of this top here. See if that helps out. All right, so we do have a value area high sitting at about 62.5 cents. So that is definitely somewhere where I would consider taking profits. Let's go ahead and pull a fib from all-time high to bear market low. No, that didn't go on there. There we go. All right. So that doesn't really line up. What if we go from the close, candle close, this candle close, the highest candle close. All right, well, we kind of have some reaction almost there at the 236. Almost. Definitely this last candle open right here before the fall down. Now we're really getting some touches off of these levels. I really like this. Okay, so yeah, we got 53 cents right here at the 236. Definitely could see. So if we are to break up into this range, it is very likely that we will continue up to that 236, if not see a wick to that value area high at about 62.3, 0.623. And then from there, we'll have to see. We'll have to go take these things day by day. But that would definitely be a place where if I'm in a spot, I'm taking a little bit of profit. If I'm in a long, I'm definitely taking some, like leverage long, I'm definitely taking some profit. Um, but yeah, but that 53 cents, of course, we're gonna, your psychological level, 50 cents. So it's getting to that 53, definitely could see us just like barely breaking that 50, getting to that 53, maybe even getting a little pullback before it goes up to that value area high. We also have right above that value area high, we have this level right here where we can see we got multiple touches. Right there too, right here, we have a high here. We also have a low here where we came down and bounced off of, came down and bounced off of. So this level right here is about 76, 75 cents. I'd say probably 75, another psychological level. So looks like it trades at about a 25-cent type of deal. Every 25 cents is going to be another point of resistance and another profit take for me personally. I'm in 11 leverage positions. Too much. Jeez, Polio, what are you doing? Uh, put my peanut stop at 50% profit. I hope it hits. I love Lunar. I love the Piper's doing. I think it's great. I love Lunar. I love you, Polio. You're the best. You're one of the best because you're all the best. All of you beautiful people. You are all the best. Let's put on the throne and let's check out. Well, I need to bring the chat back up. All right, let's take a look. What are we doing? Bitcoin. 92,420. All right. Is this a perp chart? Yes, Blowfin perp chart. Let's go to the 5-minute. There we go. Let's take a look. Let's remove any drawings. If you had one trade set up for life, what would it be? David, Lunar Beaches. Oh, thank you. Thank you for asking. This is what it would be. It'd be one of two things. It would be watching price do something like this and then come down and break a low and then come up. And then I would look for a lot of confluence for a short and go from there down to that low, take that profit, take profit here, and then let the rest ride, moving my stop loss to entry once I've broken that low. And then trailing my stop with price on every 15-minute candle body close. I would move my stop to the next highest wick of the candle that just closed. So if the candle that just closed, I would take the high of that candle if I'm short. If I'm long, it's going to be the exact opposite. If I'm moving to the downside, I want to see a break of a high, or yeah, previous high, and a pullback. Throw up. And to be more specific, this is key. This is key. To be more specific, I want to see a previous low, like over here to the left, taken out. I want to see, or a couple of equal lows, maybe something like this, and price just came up like this. Okay? I want to see these equal lows getting swept by this right here. I need to see liquidity being taken on this move to the downside, and then get an energetic move, a quick move up to take out this high. That way it creates some type of fair value gap, something like that. Typically I play off of fair value gaps when I'm looking for a trade like this. And then whatever the confluence is with the fibs, that's what I'm going to play. So 50% level. Often I'm going to go put this down here. I'm going to take, I'd probably, this is just for funsies. I'd aim for that high. The macro high is what I would be aiming for. Take profit at the local high. Always taking profit at that local high, that very next high. Moving my stop loss and letting the rest ride. And then just managing the trade after that. Sometimes I won't even close the trade. If we are in a nice macro uptrend, I will add to the position. Same with downtrends. I will add to the position. It is okay to add to winning trades and moving your stop losses above your entry, maintaining your profit level, but adding to your position. What I don't do, and what I don't like to do, is add to a losing position, because that starts a bad mindset, in my opinion. For me, it is a bad mindset. It doesn't work for me, and I'll tell you why. You can lower your average entry, which is fine to do on spot, but if you're doing intraday trading, is probably definitely not a great idea to try and average your entry down in the middle of an intraday trade. And that is because that is one surefire way to get your mind thinking, oh, I'm just going to keep lowering it, keep lowering it, keep lowering it, keep lowering it. And the next thing you know, the market does a cascading effect and everything just comes crashing down. Big wick, you get liquidated. It's happened to me like twice. So that is why I stopped adding to losing trades, because all you're doing is living off of hope. You're hoping that the market is just going to reverse, and you just want to break even at that point. But then what happens? A lot of the times, I need to bring you in closer for this. A lot of the times, instead of breaking even, a lot of times you will get up to your break even price. But then the irrational hope comes creeping back in. And it's like, hey, it's going in your favor now. Maybe we should hold on to it, see what happens. And then it reverses and dumps on you again, and you get liquidated. It's happened to me. That's how I know about it, and that's how I can talk about it. But so, take it from me, someone that has the experience. Don't let it happen to you. I would hate to see that happen to you. So, just make sure you guys be safe. And as always, use a stop loss. I feel like Lunar is talking to me a year ago. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, we've got to think about, our audience. Yeah, I mean, we're especially this at this point in the market, like this is when we get a lot of new people. So we've kind of got to start, we got to sprinkle in some of this the more experienced stuff with some beginner stuff. But I think it's always good to have a little reminder to not let your emotions drive your trading. Come to the charts with peace of mind. Follow your plan. Stick to your strategy. Never break your rules. Preserve your capital. And over time, you will be profitable. Right? All right. All right, guys. So, if you can fully collateralize your position, then no fear. Yeah, there you go. That's good advice and very much appreciate it. Yeah, man. Thank you. David, take a quick look at Ave, please. Who said that? Emotion does not belong in trading. No, it does not. Crypto Pollo. Absolutely not. All right, bit innuendo, since you asked so nicely, that is going to be the last thing that I do this evening. I'm going to go over the Ave chart. Hello? Oh, looks like Ave's going to the moon. On the 5-minute chart. Uh, 5-minute chart is looking good for Ave. Now let's zoom out. Let's start off on the daily. Let's see where we're at. All right, reset. Okay, so currently high to low, coming up to the 886 Fibonacci levels. Currently did get a little push off of that. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the hourly. Let's go down to the 5-minute. All right, so yep, got a little push off of that. Got a little rejection off of 194.11. We do have the dynamic reactor sitting below us. This looks like it's trying to continue, put in some continuation here. Let's zoom back out. Let's go to the hourly. Look at that. Looks like it's trying to go for that high at 199. 199.69, of course. Why not? It is crypto after all. If it fails to close above the 886 here on the 4-hour, actually on the hour in the next 43 minutes, I would definitely be looking for a pullback. This does look like a clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 though. So maybe get a pullback to that 189. Let's go ahead and throw up a fixed range volume profile. Let's take a look here. Let's just take from the low. Okay. Not much there. Not much there at all. Zoom out a little more. Let's pull this back a little. Let's get all of this in here. Okay. All right. So yeah, getting a nice little break of that 185, the value area high. Do have a nice volume node here. Alve's looking kind of strong. I'm gonna be honest. Let's pull up the oscillator. All right, we are getting a little bit. I am seeing a little bit of a bearish divergence here on the hourly. Let's go to the 4 hour and see if we see a bearish divergence. Yeah, we're putting in possible triple bearish divergence here. And we are at a major resistance level at that 886. However, the highs are just above us, so that might be something that we could sweep before we pull. This one's tough. This one's tough. Really, since we are sitting at the highs, I'm more thinking short-term de-risking and just looking for pullbacks to long from. With that said, let's see if we can hold that 189. If we don't hold that 189, I would look for a pullback down to that value area high, which happens to sit right on top of the golden pocket at $182.55. So that's the level I would be looking to potentially long from if we are to lose this level and lose that 189. Thanks, guys. We'll be okay. I'll have lots of time on my hands in the next 6 weeks. Wait, what happened? Thank for hanging in there, although you feeling like crap. Yeah, no problem, Trent. I appreciate you for saying that too. Uh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it, Jay Violet. I hope you're okay. Sending prayers and healings. All right, wait. Emotion does not belong. Hey, everyone. I'm on top chat. Let's go to live chat. See if that changes anything. Yeah, sweep that high, then take the short. Yep, see. Hey everyone, Jay Violet, good morning. I am waiting in the hospital for my surgery. Oh, Jay Violet. I wish you the best. I know everything will go well. All right? I know everything will go well. We will be here on the other side here to welcome you back in the chat. And we will say, hey, Jay Violet, we love you. And we'll see you on the other side of the surgery. Hopefully everything goes smoothly and there's no complications. And I don't know what's going on, what you're going through, what the extent of it. But whatever it is, I know surgery is always um, uh, uh, sketch. No one likes going through surgery, but depending on what it is, my dad had a liver transplant, got a liver transplant last year, and you know, he's been doing great ever since. So, I mean, shout out to my dad. But yeah, so but the point is, he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks after the surgery. It was a grueling time. Uh, so yeah, I mean, I know it's tough. My brother's was in and out of the hospital when I was little, because he had asthma. I remember going at night Around this time, if not later, my brother would be having an asthma attack, and we would have to go to the emergency room so he could get breathing treatments. This is on, at like 2 o'clock on a school night. Uh, and my mom, single mother, uh, at the time, like just me, her, and my brother. And yeah, those were those some tough times. And then having to go to school the next day. Uh, but she always took us to the old. It wasn't Waffle House. It was called CK's Coffee Shop in Waffles. Uh, in a small town here, in the Memphis suburbs, and those were some awesome waffles. Those are the best waffles. After a late night, waking up, going and getting some waffles, and then going to school. It's good times. But yeah, little bit of insight into me and my life. But anyways, I appreciate each and every single one of you for sticking around and coming and joining the live this evening. Even though I'm a little bit under the weather, I'll be here 5 days. They keep you in the hospital for a long time post-op. There you go. Yeah, they do. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate each and every single last one of you. You are all amazing, amazing people, and yeah, thank you for always blessing me and within the chat and helping keeping this whole thing going. So if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button on your way out, if you're new to the channel, hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell to be notified for whenever we create or drop content or when we go live. Uh, Check out Good Morning Crypto tomorrow morning. I'm sure BC's going to have all the alpha off of these Fed minutes and more. And then we'll have even more of the alpha coming to you during the morning market report with Army Piper, maybe OC Guy, maybe Tradefly. Who knows? It's a little crazy this week, Black Friday week and all. And then we have the Trade Academy at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the one and only T.I. Joe. And then in the evening, we've got the Crypto Nightcap with Tradefly and FD White. Following that, we'll have me, myself, and I right back here on Markets After Dark, where we get mad on the charts. Thank you all for joining my sniffly, head stuffy, maybe even confusing at times TA stream and chat. Went a little long, but that's fine. I was moving a little slow tonight, so I had to get everything out. But thank you all for joining. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will see you all tomorrow. Love you all. Peace out.